Hey everybody, this is Nick Baldwin, and today I'm being joined by the former Bellator lightweight champion Brent Primus, who takes on Benson Henderson at Bellator 268, coming up here on October 16th. Brent, how are you?
Good, man. I feel good.
Great to
Ready?
hear. Appreciate you taking the time. It's been a while, so it's good to talk to you again. So this fight with Benson, former UFC champion, it's a big deal to you. You know, as we're getting closer, a week away now. Does this feel like a bigger fight than maybe your past few, just with the name value that Benson brings to the table?
I mean, I feel like it is a bigger fight than my last few, but it's hard to get bigger than, Chandler and the belt and everything. But yeah, man, this is a fight that I'm actually excited about. I was excited to sign the contract, and um, it's going to be a great fight, man. Benson brings it. It's going to be, in my eyes, it's going to be fight of the night. We're going to throw down, and it's going to be a really fast paced, fun fight for sure.
Party surprised this wasn't like the main event of a different Bellator card. Obviously, you know, you have the light heavyweight Grand Prix semifinals, which are important for Bellator, but was Party hoping that if they were giving you Benson, it'd be, you know, a headlining or even just a co-main?
Yeah, I mean, I think if it wasn't for the Grand Prix, I think we would definitely be either a main event or co-main. But it is what it is, man. I'm just excited to stay active and have a fight pretty close to my last one, and I want to stay active as much as possible this next couple of years, and so I'm definitely happy and to get back in there soon.
Does in part of you does it feel like this is actually a step forward and a step up from your last fight, even though it was a loss to Islam Mamedov? I know a lot of people thought you won the fight. Does it kind of feel like this is just as if you won your last fight and now you're just progressing forward?
Yeah, I didn't want to fight Islam in the first place. I thought that it was kind of stupid that I was fighting somebody that I never heard of, and he hasn't fought in Bellator, and I just thought that was a stupid fight. I wasn't happy with it, and like I said, I got as soon as I got a call from my manager in Bellator saying they want me to fight Benson, I was like, oh hell yeah, man! Everybody knows who he is. He brings it. In my eyes, this is a way bigger fight, and hopefully Bellator sees it that I didn't really lose with Islam. He kind of just laid on me and didn't do anything, and it's kind of hard to fight somebody that doesn't want to fight you. And luckily, I'm fighting Benson, and he brings it, man. He's gonna throw down. He's gonna try to finish the fight in every second of the fight. So it's gonna be exciting, man, and I can't wait.
With that fight against Islam, was it tough to get motivated to fight him? Just as you said, like you didn't really know who he was, hadn't been in Bellator, you weren't that familiar, not a huge name. What was it at all tough to just get yourself wanting to like get ready for that fight and train?
I wouldn't say it was tough to get ready for it, but it was just tough to be excited about it. I wasn't really
Sure.
excited about the fight. I literally, before they told me that, I've never heard of Islam, and so I was like, man, why am I fighting some guy that I've never heard of that has never fought in Bellator? I think that it was kind of it just sucked. I feel like I should be fighting the top 10 guys, or if top 5, and um, I feel like Bellator didn't really think that I lost that fight. I had a bunch of people from Bellator and coming up to me and say that they thought I won, and so I think that giving me Benson, he's ranked higher. He's a way bigger name, and um, so yeah, I mean, I feel like that last fight didn't really count. I was trying to get a rematch with Islam like really bad. I told him I'd fight in Russia. I would have done anything to get that rematch, but now I'm kind of like, man, screw that guy. If he wins and I keep on winning, we'll meet down the road. And another thing is like, damn, that guy's boring as hell. He just like laid on me and just like didn't try to finish the fight, didn't try to advance positions, wasn't trying to hit me hard. It was like such a weird fight, dude. That guy was like just a lay in prayer, and it just sucked, man. I remember he was laying on me, and the ref's like, "I'm gonna stand it up." So I was like, "Boom!" I was trying to submit him, trying to make something happen, and I heard the crowd booing, and that like it got to me big time, man. I couldn't believe that we were getting booed. I was like, "This sucks so bad," and so I was wanting to fight him, and I was gonna try to knock his head off as hard as I could. I think I kind of was thinking, oh, he's a Dagestan, he's from Khabib's camp, and I respected him too much, and I should have let my hands fly, and I really feel like I could have knocked him out. And so with this next Benson fight, man, I've been thinking about it. I was like, man, I don't really care if I win or lose. I want to go out there and just have an exciting fight. I want the crowd to be standing up, cheering. I want to go out there and throw down. I'm going to try to knock Benson out. I really am. I'm going to let my hands fly. I'm going to let my combos fly. And I really think this is going to be a really, really exciting fight. And I'm ready to get bloody. I'm ready to go throw down, man. So me and Benson, somebody's going to, in my eyes, I'm going to knock him out, man. That's what I've been training on for the last 2 months. And my hands feel good. I've been just being more aggressive and more exciting. So that's the goal for this fight.
Why didn't the Mamedov rematch happen?
He kept on saying no. He knows his strongest attribute is ground and pound and taking people down and grounding pounding them and submitting them. And he knows that he can't do that to me. He literally was scared to punch me because he was afraid to open up, and so I honestly think that he said no 2 or 3 times, I just think that he knows he got lucky, and he with a little adjustments I would have definitely beat him.
And before that fight happened, like, you were kind of gunning for Patricky Pitbull. You were thinking either vacant title, interim title. That was kind of where your headspace was. Like, you were thinking gold at the time, and then they give you this fight. So that must have thrown you off a little bit. Was it surprising?
Hell yeah, it was. It was super surprising, man. Like I said, they were like, oh, you're fighting Islam. I was like, what the hell? Who is this guy? I Googled him. I looked him up, and I saw that he's been training with Khabib for years and years and years. So I was like, oh damn, I know he's tough, and not only that, he was on like a 19 fight win streak. So I knew he was tough, but at the same time, I feel like he should earn his stripes. He should have at least a fight in Bellator, and before he fought me, but man, it is what it is. I can't complain now. Now I'm fighting, an ex-UFC champ, an ex-WEC champ, and yeah, man, it's gonna be. I'm excited, man. I'm really excited about this fight, and like I said, I'm gonna bite down on my mouthpiece. I'm gonna go out there and throw down.
What do you think is on the line against Henderson?
I definitely think that whoever wins this fight is gonna be, one of the number one spots for the title fight, or maybe an interim title fight, or I think that whoever wins this fight is definitely going to have a shot at the belt soon, if not next. And in my eyes, man, if I go out there and knock out Benson Henderson, the only guys that are ranked above him are Outlaw and Patricky, and both those guys got smoked, knocked out cold by Michael Chandler. And I fight Michael Chandler once. I beat him. He beat me the second time, but that second time he did not want to stand with me. He was taking me down, and just he didn't want to stand with me. He was scared of my stand up. And so in my eyes, man, I should be number one if I knock out Benson. Those guys got dusted by Chandler. So I definitely feel like me and Patricky should fight for that belt, man. Patricio's had that belt for way, way too long. He should give it up and let us lightweights get our belts back, man. Or defend it. I'll fight Patricio too, man. If Patricio wants to go down, I'll fight that little dude. I really think that I'll smash him.
And I did want to talk a bit more about sort of the contenders in the lightweight division, where the division's at. Obviously, Patricio Pitbull has been the champion since May of 2019, since he knocked out Michael Chandler. Hasn't fought in the division because he was tied up with the featherweight Grand Prix. Now that's no longer the case. That's over. Then you have Patricky Pitbull. He's running it back with Peter Queally coming up pretty soon. So in your mind, what's the ideal scenario? Would you be doing, like, you get past Benson, then you do an interim title fight against the winner of Queally Patricky 2, or do you fight Patricio right? Like, in your mind, realistically, what could happen?
I think any of those, man. I think that any of those could happen. I think if I go out there and dust Benson Henderson, then I think that me and Patricio should get a fight going down. We should scrap, or he should give the belt up to his brother to have a chance to win it, and me and Patricky should fight. And if Queally does beat Patricky, then damn, man, I'll go out there and beat the hell out of Queally, man. I don't really I've seen him fight, and he's tough, but I think technically wise and I just don't think he can hang with me, man. I think I'll finish that dude in the first round for sure. I was supposed to fight Queeley like a long time ago in Ireland, and he got injured like a month before, a few weeks before, or something like that. I can't exactly remember, but he got injured, you know. So we were already supposed to fight, and that's the one guy that, man, if he beats Patricky, then yeah, let me add him, man. I'll dust that dude super fast.
Is it frustrating being in a division with a champion that hasn't defended the title in, at this point, 2.5 years?
Hell yeah, dude, it's crazy. What the hell? I think that he's had it for 2.5 years now. Has it been that long?
May of 2019, unless
Oh,
unless my math is wrong.
yeah, dude, that's way too long, man. Like, I don't know what Scott Coker and Bellator are doing, like just letting him sit on that belt and letting us all as lightweights, fight for not, we're all fighting over here and we have no chance of getting a belt right now, and I think that's whack, especially since I think it was either the heavyweights or light heavyweights that they gave interim belt to already, and those guys, their belt wasn't, gone as long as Patricia's had the lightweight belt. So, um, yeah, man, come on, Scott Coker, make that dude give that belt up, or make him fight one of his lightweights, dude. I'd love to fight Patricio.
Now, to somewhat give Bellator to the benefit of the doubt, the featherweight Grand Prix was delayed quite a bit because of COVID. It would have been over, quite a bit sooner had the pandemic not happened. But they never had plans for an interim title. They always just said, yeah, Patricio is going to defend that lightweight after the tournament's over, which even without COVID probably was going to be too long, probably at least a year. Why do you think they never did something? They never did, at the very least, an interim title fight while Patricio was stuck at 145.
Damn, it's a good question, man. I don't know if they just like Patricio so much that they're like, man, we'll let you do whatever you want. You can have the belt, because I know he's been around. He's kind of one of the eyes or one of the faces for Bellator, So maybe they just like him so much. They're like, hey, dude, just hold on to the belt for however long you want, and wear it and go look tough everywhere you go or whatever. I don't know what the deal is, but I definitely it's not fair for all of us lightweights. That's for damn sure, man. Like, I would love to fight Patricio. I think that'd be an awesome, fun fight. I think he's too small for my power and my kicks and my takedowns. So, man, Scott Coker, let me fight that dude. We'll make it a good scrap, and I'll knock that dude out.
Have you tried talking to Bellator as one of the top lightweights in their promotion just about like, hey, can we kind of get things moving? The division has been at a stalemate for 2.5 years. This isn't fair to us. Like, have you tried communicating that to them, having a conversation with Scott Coker, the matchmaker, or anything like that?
A little bit, definitely through my manager. I've told my manager, and I know he's talked to a couple of the matchmakers and stuff like that. I haven't really talked to Scott Coker, but yeah, man, I think it's time. I think that there shouldn't be really much talking about it. He's had the belt for 2 years or plus, like you said, 2.5 years. That's long enough, man, to not be fighting, defending it. Like, damn, what the hell? It's crazy, man. I don't know. They should definitely make him, give that belt up, and or let one of his lightweights fighting for it. Let me fight that guy.
Any plans to get on the mic after the Henderson fight if you do come out victorious and send a bit of a message to Bellator?
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely gonna call out Patricio, and if he doesn't want it, then give it up, man, and I'll knock out your brother for it for sure.
I want to talk a little bit more about Benson Henderson, where he's at in his career. He's getting up there in age. He's on a bit of a skid right now, but obviously former UFC champion, was one of the best lightweights back in his day. Like, how would you assess where Benson is right now?
I'm honestly not gonna. I know he's coming off of a 2-fight losing streak, and I'm not gonna really pay too much attention to that, because he got knocked out by Chandler, and in my eyes, he was winning that before he got knocked out. He looked good before he got knocked out by Chandler, and then his other fight, I think, was Jackson at 170. And that guy's tall and big and lanky and long, and that guy's a tough guy. And I don't think that I should be counting a welterweight fight, or whatever. So, in my eyes, dude, Benson's a beast, man. He has a lot of experience. He's really athletic. He's tough. He's durable. He's got good wrestling. He's got good jiu-jitsu. He's got good stand-up. I'd be an idiot if I went out there and underestimated him. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go out there and like I'm fighting Benson Henderson 8 years ago or whatever, you know. So I know he's tough, man. So I'm not underestimating this dude one bit, man. I'm going to go out there and hands up, chin down, bite my mouthpiece, and throw bombs, man. I'm going to try to knock this dude out.
In your mind, how important is it, regardless of how you truly feel about where a fighter is at, you know, whether you think they're done or they have a lot left, like how important is it to just assume that they're going to show up sort of at their best, because that could always happen. Like in your mind.
Oh, yeah, man. I don't think you should underestimate anybody in this sport, man. We got little 4-ounce gloves, you know, especially with him. Has so much experience. He's fought the best guys in the world, and you know, so many of them. And I'd be an idiot if I underestimated this dude. Just like, oh, I'm gonna go out there and beat him up. He's old. He's washed up. He doesn't have the chin like he used to. Like, hell no, man. I know he's got some good tricks and a lot of experience and good cardio. He's tough, man. It's gonna be a tough fight, and I want that, man. I want that tough fight. I want to be bloody. I want to go out there and throw down. I want the crowd to be on their feet. Like, man, I want a war, and I think he's a good person to have that war with for sure.
You've been saying throughout this interview that you're going out there to knock him out. Do you got an official prediction, round, exactly when it happens? How? What are you thinking?
No, man, I it's hard to predict the fight, man. Anything can happen in that damn thing, you know. And like I say, I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna try to knock him out. I really, really am, you know. But if I see a takedown, you know, I might take him down and try to knock him out on the ground or blast him real quick. But my hands feel super good. My kicks feel good. My knees feel good. My distance feels good. My cardio feels good. Like, I really feel like I can go out there and set the pace and blast this dude. And so I'm not gonna really predict what round or anything, but I have a lot of first round finishes, and that's what I'm going for, man. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but I was telling a couple people, like, man, I might go back to my roots, man. I was a street fighter. I used to street fight, and I was getting in at least one street fight every weekend. And I was like 16 years old, knocking out adults at like college parties. I live in Eugene. There's a big college here, and I used to go to these college parties and fight 2-on-1, 3-on-1, and I was knocking dudes out every weekend. And then I started doing MMA, and I remember they're like, yeah, man, put these gloves on. And I was like, man, I get gloves on. This is going to be a piece of cake, man. I had no fear because I was out there street fighting all the time. And a bunch of my amateur fights were knockouts under a minute, in 10 seconds, 20 seconds. I was knocking people out. And I just need to get back to that aggression, that grit, that I don't give a crap, man. I'm going to go out there and knock him out. And so I'm going to kind of do that a little bit, man. Just let my hands fly, man, and be more aggressive like I used to be.
I'd love to keep talking about your street fight stories, because I'm sure there's a lot of them, but we'll save that for another time. Brent, thanks so much for taking the time, and best of luck to you on October 16th.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it so much. Thank you.